Hi, today we are going to create custom exception framework, and this is not to be confused with the custom exception creation in Java. We are not only creating a custom exception, but we are also going to handle everything related to the exceptions. And these are the things which are being used nowadays in the real-time project. So we are going to create that. So I've provided a Spring Starter project with the name as exception framework, and I'm providing the description as a microservice for exception handling. Package name be com.sumit.playjava and click on next. Provide the dependencies, Spring Web, yes we require Spring Web for the REST service, and DevTools to load things at the runtime. So in this pom.xml file, let me change the release version to some previous version. I prefer to go to some previous version which are stable versions like 2.1.0 and click on and I finally save. And let me show you that what we have provided, C Web and DevTools, which we have selected during the creation of project. And let me delete this test file as we don't require that, and click on delete. So our project is now ready to be executed. So this file is the main file of Spring Starter project. So Spring Boot application, it gets annotated with this. So I'm going to create a package where we will start our creation of exception and everything. And first I'll create a controller where we will throw the exception. So com.sumit.playjava.controller is the name of the package, and the class name let it be my controller, and finally click on finish. I'll provide @REST controller because we are going to create a REST controller, and I'll provide get mapping. This will be the path, and public string be the return type, and get data, and I am providing here path param. A parameter will be there in the path with the name of data, and this is type of string, and I will check that if this data which is coming as a string is an empty string, then throw a custom exception. So I'll simply write data dot equals an empty string, then I'm going to create a custom exception. I'll throw it here, and I will return some string data like creating exception handling framework. And we are not only creating custom exception, but I will further show you how the things are being handled related to the custom exception. So for that, first let's create a custom exception. I will create my custom exception, and it will extend let it extend runtime, not the exception only, like we earlier used to create a custom exception in Java. So I am providing runtime exception as extend type, and in the constructor type I am just providing the message which will come through the custom exception whenever it will be thrown in the .class file of Java. So here I will throw that exception, throw new my custom exception, and I will simply provide the string exception occurred in my controller class, and this message will be thrown as a string to the custom exception. And this was about the creation of custom exception. And let me run this. This is the path, error path, and the data is a path variable. See, this is path param and data is a path param, and I will provide some data as a data, and I will send it. See, successfully it is executed, and since data is not empty, so creating exception handling framework came. But now when I will hit a empty string, see, exception occurred in my controller class occurred, but with trace of whole tomcat. See, this exception is thrown, but it bubbled up and went to the tomcat and provided the whole stack trace, and it has shown to the user. We don't require that. We require that the things should be handled whenever this custom exception is thrown. And this is the problem occurs when a custom exception is created. So how to handle this? To handle this, that not to show this whole stack trace, we just want the error code and the error message. And to handle all these things, we need to provide a framework. So things are being done in a real-time project with not only the creation of custom exception, but whole framework. For that, I've created a handler, that is my exception handler in the same package, and I will annotate with exception handler @exception handler. And in this, I'll map my custom exception class which I have created and provide the function with response entity and get exception data as a name with parameter as the exception which we have created. And I will do nothing, just return the HTTP status code right now. And also annotate this class with @test control advice. It will act as an advice. Whenever that exception will be thrown, it will check that exception and it will just return whatever we have provided in the response entity. That not found comes with 404. So here we have got 404. But as you can see, we are not getting any message here, only the status code. To get the error message, we need to provide one more class, that is error message. Suppose I've just named it, you can name anything. So I provide the name as error message. In this I will provide the error code and the message which will come from that exception. So I provide segregators and also the controller of this class, and this is a constructor and all the segregators are there. So now I will call that class which I have created just now, that is the error message, and name it as error message. In this I will provide the error code and the error message. The error code will be 404 and the message will come from the exception. So I will write exception.getMessage and simply I have created the object of this error message class, and I will provide this error message in the response entity. So with separation of comma I provided that, and data and type is changed to error message. Now the things are fine, everything is created right now, and when I will hit send, see we have got the message also and also the error code, both things came. So in this way the things are worked. We first create a custom exception, provide the message, and it will be mapped to the exception handler. See, this is the custom exception which is created, and this is the error exception handler, and these are being handled to error message class at a third class which I have created to handle the exceptions. So this is about creation of whole hierarchy of exceptions where we can handle the custom exception also and can throw the exception also. So this was not about only the creation of custom exception, but also the whole framework. If you want to check only the creation of custom exception, you can check right now at the video which is showing right now in the end screen. Thank you all for watching my video.